What are you? You're a tough guy now, huh? I thought you were just supposed to be the simpering, but, open to conversation Trump defender. Of course, I remember you when you said he was like the worst thing in the world, but everything's convenience these days, right? It's getting you paid.
The tension on cable news just hit a fever pitch. On a recent broadcast, veteran journalist Chris Cuomo pivoted from standard debate to a direct, blistering critique of CNN regular and GOP strategist Scott Jennings. While Jennings has become a staple of Abby Phillips' roundtable, often serving as the primary defender of the MAGA platform, this exchange shifted the dynamic from a policy disagreement to a confrontation over credibility. The conflict. Cuomo challenged the fundamental logic behind Jennings's latest defense of the MAGA movement. The context. Jennings frequently appears on CNN to provide the conservative counter-narrative, but critics argue his rhetoric often prioritizes partisan loyalty over objective facts. The impact. This wasn't just a heated moment. It was a rare instance of a contemporary peer calling out the talking point culture that dominates primetime panels. Critical analysis. Watching this play out reveals a deepening fracture in televised political discourse. Cuomo's approach suggests a growing impatience with what he characterizes as bad faith arguments. On the other hand, Jennings remains a polarizing figure, seen by some as a vital conservative voice and by others as a professional obstructionist. There is a thin line between advocacy and obfuscation. In this segment, we see exactly where that line is drawn.
You see this clip of Scott Jennings saying, how are you going to enforce it? How are you going to enforce me not saying the word illegals anymore? How are you going to do that?
Say illegals anymore, because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And how
are you going to enforce your edict on me, just out of curiosity?
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegal.
No,
What are you, bully now? What are you, tough guy? Because you're talking to this kid who happens to be right, calling people illegals. They're called illegal aliens in the law. And you know what? A long time ago, Republicans and Democrats switched to undocumented. Why? Because it seemed inhuman. That's why. They changed the vernacular, and you know it. But that's not the point. The point is, how are you going to do it? What are you going to do? What are you? You're a tough guy now, huh? I thought you were just supposed to be the simpering, but, open to conversation Trump defender. Of course, I remember you when you said he was like the worst thing in the world. But everything's convenience these days, right? It's getting you paid. But be careful. If you want to be a tough guy, there are plenty of tough guys out there. You want to see how somebody can make you stop saying illegal? And then what are you going to do? Sue? Tough guy. How are you going to enforce that? So if somebody beats your ass because you're being rude and disrespectful and causing division in this country that's causing distress and pain all over the streets and making people want to hurt one another. If you really want to be a part of that, as the expression goes, FAFO, don't be a tough guy. Make tough points. But remember to be decent. You're not a tough guy, okay? You're a guy with slick to the side hair, a slick tongue, and everybody knows what you're doing. Don't be a tough guy, not you.
The media landscape is heating up as two prominent figures clash, and it's raising questions about the line between political commentary and professional wrestling. Today, we're breaking down the recent confrontation between News Nation's Chris Cuomo and CNN commentator Scott Jennings. Is this a genuine call-out for accountability, or just more cable news theater? It all started when Chris Cuomo took aim at Scott Jennings regarding a recent segment on Abby Phillips' CNN show. During that broadcast, Jennings got into a heated exchange with Cameron Kasky over the use of the term illegal versus undocumented. Cuomo didn't hold back, criticizing Jennings for acting like a tough guy when confronting a younger guest, a persona Cuomo suggests is entirely performative. Now, I've been critical of Cuomo in the past. His tendency toward both-sidesism on News Nation can be frustrating, especially when viewers are looking for clear distinctions between party platforms. However, in this instance, Cuomo may have a point. While many progressives view Cuomo as too centrist, his willingness to challenge the tough guy rhetoric often seen in right-wing punditry is garnering attention. On the other side, we have Scott Jennings. Interestingly, Jennings recently admitted on a podcast that he views his role as somewhere between show business and professional wrestling. This admission reframes his entire on-screen persona. The smug factor. Critics argue Jennings' style is built on being intentionally provocative for hate watchers. The MAGA appeal. Despite the act, a segment of the MAGA audience views him as a legitimate fighter owning the libs. The reaction online has been polarized. Right-wing pundits have rushed to defend Jennings, reviving old nicknames for Cuomo and questioning his standing. Yet the core of the issue remains. Is Jennings's tough guy act healthy for political discourse? Cuomo's FIFO, find out, comment toward Jennings suggests a desire for a real face-to-face debate, one that likely won't happen on CNN, given Cuomo's history with the network, but could make for explosive television on News Nation. Does this public call-out serve the audience, or is it just another layer of the wrestling Jennings described? I want to hear from you. Do you think media figures should be calling each other out like this? Would you tune in to see a one-on-one sit-down between Cuomo and Jennings? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This may feel like a minor story compared to the larger shifts we're seeing in 2026, but it's a revealing look at how the media sausage is made. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We are well over 85,000 subscribers and pushing for that 100K milestone. Thanks for watching Insights Brief, and I'll see you in the next one.